Spiritual Manthan.
When your soul finally speaks, it doesn't whisper, it roars. It doesn't tiptoe around the truth to keep you comfortable. It shakes you, sometimes violently, out of the illusions you've been living under. You may think you're prepared to hear it, but when it finally happens, the experience can be shocking. The soul doesn't use gentle words or poetic metaphors to soften the blow. It delivers raw, unfiltered truth that cuts through the noise of your everyday existence. At first, these truths feel like a storm ripping through your world, tearing down the walls you've built to protect your fragile sense of self. It feels like betrayal, as if the very foundation of your life has been an elaborate lie. But if you have the courage to listen, to really hear what your soul is telling you, you will realize that these brutal truths are not meant to break you. They are meant to set you free. Today, we're diving deep into 8 of the hardest truths your soul will reveal when it finally decides to speak. Each one will challenge you, maybe even scare you, but in the end, they will transform you. Ready? Let's begin. Reality 1. Most of what you chase doesn't matter. How much of your life has been spent running after things you thought were important, only to realize they weren't? Maybe it's money, status, admiration, or external validation. Maybe it's the approval of your parents, your peers, or even society as a whole. But when your soul speaks, it delivers a harsh truth. Most of what you chase is meaningless in the grand scheme of things. Society has conditioned you to measure success through external achievements, career milestones, financial gain, social status. But your soul, it doesn't care about any of that. It doesn't measure your worth by how much you earn, how many followers you have, or how many people envy you. It cares about who you truly are and whether you're living in alignment with your higher purpose. This realization can be painful, especially if you've built your entire life chasing things that don't bring true fulfillment. But it's also liberating, because once you see the illusion for what it is, you can stop wasting energy on empty pursuits and start chasing what actually matters: your peace, your purpose, and your authentic self. Reality 2. You've been living for others, not yourself. Your soul will expose something deeply unsettling. You have spent most of your life trying to meet expectations that were never yours. Think about it. How many of your choices were made because they truly resonated with you? And how many were made because you were afraid of disappointing someone else? From a young age, we are trained to conform, to follow the rules, to be what our families expect, to blend into society's definition of success. We are handed a script and told to follow it without question. Go to school, get a degree, get a good job, get married, have kids, retire. But at what point in that script did you stop to ask yourself, is this what I truly want? When your soul speaks, it rips away this conditioning. It forces you to confront the uncomfortable truth that you have been living a life shaped by external pressures, not internal desires. And that realization can be terrifying. But it also opens the door to true freedom. Because once you recognize that you've been playing a role instead of living authentically, you can finally reclaim your life as your own. Reality 3. Fear has been running the show. Your soul sees something you've been blind to for years. Fear is making most of your decisions. And the worst part? You didn't even realize it. Fear is insidious. It disguises itself as responsibility, as practicality, as common sense. It convinces you that playing it safe is the smart thing to do, when in reality, it's just keeping you small. Think about all the times you held back. That job opportunity you didn't take. That relationship you didn't pursue. That dream you didn't chase, because what if it doesn't work out? Fear made those decisions for you. It made you settle, compromise, shrink. And over time, you started to believe that this was just who you are. But your soul knows the truth. It doesn't see fear as a legitimate excuse. It sees it as an illusion, a self-imposed barrier. And when your soul speaks, It urges you to walk through your fears, not avoid them. It tells you that growth only happens outside of your comfort zone, that everything you truly want is waiting for you, but only if you have the courage to step into the unknown. Reality 4. Some people in your life don't belong there anymore. This truth is one of the hardest to accept. We like to think that the people in our lives will always be there. That relationship should last forever. But your soul knows better. It knows that as you grow, some people will no longer align with the person you are becoming. Maybe you've outgrown a friendship that was once comforting, but now feels draining. Maybe a romantic relationship no longer reflects your true self. Maybe family members who once supported you now feel like obstacles to your evolution. And that's painful to admit, but your soul won't let you ignore it. It will make you see that not everyone is meant to stay, that holding on to relationships that no longer serve you is like trying to wear clothes that don't fit anymore, uncomfortable, restrictive, and unnatural. And while letting go is painful, it's necessary. Because every relationship that no longer aligns with your soul's path takes up space that could be filled by people who do. So ask yourself, are you surrounding yourself with people who nourish your growth? Or are you keeping people in your life out of fear of being alone? Your soul already knows the answer. Reality 5. You've been your own worst enemy. We like to blame external factors for our struggles: bad luck, unfair circumstances, difficult people. But when your soul speaks, it delivers a brutal truth. The biggest thing holding you back is you. Your thoughts, your habits, your self-doubt, all of these have shaped your reality more than anything else. The negative stories you tell yourself, the way you sabotage your own success, the excuses you make, it all stems from within. And the moment you see this truth, you realize that you are both the problem and the solution. This is a tough pill to swallow, because once you accept this truth, you can no longer play the victim. You can no longer wait for someone else to fix your life. You have to take responsibility. You have to unlearn the self-limiting beliefs that have kept you stuck. You have to stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect version of yourself to show up. Because guess what? No one is coming to save you. But the good news, the moment you stop being your own worst enemy, you become your own greatest ally. And that's when real change begins. Reality 6. Pain is part of the process. Stop resisting it. We spend so much time running from pain, trying to avoid discomfort, pretending everything is fine. But your soul, it tells you the opposite. Pain isn't the enemy. Pain is the teacher. Every wound, every failure, every heartbreak, it's shaping you, strengthening you, teaching you. Pain is the fire that burns away what's false. But instead of facing it, we numb ourselves. We distract. We deny. Your soul won't let you do that anymore. It tells you, feel it. Learn from it. Let it refine you. Because the more you resist pain, the more it controls you. But the moment you embrace it, it loses its power. Reality 7. No one is coming to save you. This one is harsh, but necessary. No one is coming to fix your life for you. Not your parents, not a partner, not a mentor, not even the universe. You are responsible for your own growth, happiness, and healing. For too long, you've waited. Waited for the right time, the right person, the right sign. But your soul tells you the truth. The only person who can change your life is you. That realization is heavy, but it's also the most freeing thing in the world because it means you don't have to wait anymore. You can take control now. Reality 8. Life is yours to create, so stop playing small. The final truth your soul reveals. You are far more powerful than you've been led to believe. You are not just a passive observer in life. You are the creator of it. Every choice, every thought, every action, it's shaping your reality. But for years, you've played small. You've doubted yourself. You've convinced yourself that this is just the way things are. Your soul? It calls bullshit. It tells you to step up, to take risks, to dream bigger, to stop waiting for permission and start choosing your own path. Because if you don't create your life, someone else will do it for you. The truths your soul speaks aren't meant to break you. They're meant to wake you up. They are not here to hurt you, but to set you free. Yes, they're hard to accept. Yes, they require change. But the alternative, living a life that isn't truly yours. So, the question is, are you ready to listen? Drop a comment below what truth hit you the hardest. And if this video spoke to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. As always, wishing you a life of truth, growth, and courage. See you in the next one.